There is now a business in GTA Online that sells for $8 million when you have a full stock. Yes, you heard that correctly. $8 million for one sale mission. That is crazy. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can do just that. Now, this is actually somewhat new to the game. It's not a new business, but with the Drug Wars update this year, Rockstar changed the hangar business. This was a business they added quite a while ago, but the payouts were never that good. Well, now they are permanently tripled. And this week specifically, on top of that, there is double GTA money. And all of that turns this once not really used hangar business into the single best selling mission in the game. Now, I will say there are some cons to this, so don't get your hopes up. This isn't going to be necessarily a super easy thing to do, especially if you're a solo player. But in this video, I'll give you guys some tips and tricks, and hopefully you guys can take advantage of this and get your $8 million if you choose to do that. Now, the actual table, let's take a look at it. This is what the air freight, the hangar businesses are paying out with double money this week. There's multiple different cargo you can get, but as you can see, the three we're really going to be taking a look at because they do pay out the most are the ones at the bottom: the medical supplies, the chemicals, and the narcotics. For whatever reason, those three give you an additional 35% worth every 25 crates. And I believe you can have 50 crates, so I think that's an additional 70% if you have a full max product. So with the double money and the new payouts in a single player lobby, in an invite only lobby, you're going to be making a little over $5 million, which is also crazy. But the number next to it, that's the one, if you want to get crazy with it. The high demand bonus also applies to this business, and that's how you can get an additional $4-ish million. It goes from 5 mil to $7.8 million, almost $8 million for one single sale. Now, even if you don't have just those three, you can see in this chart at the top, I mean, some of the other ones, they still pay out a lot of money. I mean, you're just getting the most with the three at the bottom, but the lowest you can get 4.4 mil in an invite only lobby and $6.9 million if you get the high demand bonus, the full high demand bonus. So that's the overview. Let's take a look at some more numbers here. If you have a full stock, you can see the 70% bonus for the medical supplies here. It sells for 5.1 million, so actually maybe slightly above the number we saw in the chart, but it's $5 million basically. Here's someone actually making a sale. They got $5.2 million. And here's another picture. If you want to risk selling this in a public lobby with at least 22 or 20 something people, $7.8 million. So where do we even begin? Because this is maybe a business, if you were like me, you haven't really touched it in a while. Go into your hangar and first off, just see, you might already have stock in there from years ago. Now, this works like most other businesses. You're going to be sourcing the stock and then you're eventually going to sell it. The one downside, this business doesn't have a person you can call to source the stock. So you yourself actually have to go out and get it. You know, we were all hoping maybe they would add that. You know, maybe in the future they add that quality of life thing. So we just pay for someone to source it. But at the moment, you have to go out and get it yourself. Now, if you're a solo player, the good news, if you're doing this by yourself, it will only give you one crate to bring back. So you're not going to be getting a mission with like 4 crates and you have to go back and forth. But if you do play this with other players, the more people in your MC or your CEO, the more crates will actually spawn in the source missions. Which means if you do have a bunch of friends you can play with and help you out, you can source this stuff pretty quickly. Obviously, doing it solo is going to take much longer. I think someone did the math, 50 crates, and there is like a 3, 4, or 5 minute cooldown after you do them. If you're doing it solo, maybe it takes you like 6 to 8 hours to fill an entire warehouse or an entire hangar if you're doing it solo. Whereas if you're doing it with 4 people, like in your MC or your CEO, then it'll only take you about maybe 2 hours to fill up an entire hangar. So this is definitely a business. If you have some friends, have them help you out. If you don't, if you guys want to, help each other out, leave your gamer tags in the comment section down below. Maybe you guys could help each other out if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever the case may be. But doing this with other people definitely helps out because sourcing, it'll just give you more crates, and that just means you can fill up the hangar quicker. And as far as the sourcing missions, they range from very, very easy to very not difficult, but very tedious. You're probably seeing one of them. I just had to literally fly across the other side of the map, pick up a crate, and then fly it back. I mean, yeah, there was a couple of helicopters following me, but you can easily just outrun them. The other mission I got, I had to literally follow this slow-ass Titan, and that was a mess. It wasn't very hard at all. It was just very tedious because the thing's going like 2 miles an hour, and you have to wait. But yeah, sourcing, that's maybe the one downside to this business. Once you do eventually get the most amount of stock possible to ensure you get the most money, then of course you have to do the sell missions. And this is another downside if you are a solo player. These sell missions are not very solo friendly, and they are quite annoying. Quickly, I want to just interject here. One thing I did forget to mention, and you may see it here in the gameplay, when you do go to sell the product, you have to actually sell one specific cargo type. So the bottom number, like you may see that and say, oh, let me just sell everything all at once. But if you do want the additional bonuses for having the 25 crates or the 10 crates, you have to sell just those specific cargo goods. It does warn you, but I figured I would just mention it here. If you do want the max bonus, just make sure you're selling one good. And that's why when you're sourcing, you should probably only source one particular cargo. But anyway, the one I got, and I'm sure there's multiple different kinds, but the one I ended up getting, I had to use 2 different cargo bobs to deliver 4 different crates. And the game does warn you, like if you are doing this solo, to make sure you have people to help you out if your stock is high, because I believe you only get 30 minutes to sell these crates or whatever they give you, and if you don't sell them, then you lose them. But you can see in the mission I got, it wasn't hard at all. It was you're driving these slow cargo bobs across the map. And the one downside, the one thing you're going to have to watch out for if you are going for that full high demand bonus, if someone in your lobby blows you up, I believe you lose everything. I didn't really want to take any chances, so I did this in a relatively small lobby. And if I am wrong, please correct me in the comment section. But I believe since this was one of the original businesses, or one of the first couple of businesses, if they blow you up, you lose it all. So there is quite a big risk if you are selling this stuff in a public lobby, but you get an extra $4 million. So it might be worth it, especially if you do have a group of friends. You have 4, 5, 6 people maybe helping you. Get them equipped with some jets or something, or Oppressor Mark IIs, and have them escort you around potentially. Again, if you guys want to help each other out, especially for the sell missions, leave your gamer tags and stuff in the comments. But this hangar mission, this hangar business now is actually pretty decent if you have a crew to play with. And even if you don't, and if you are a solo player, I would highly recommend just going back to your hangar just to see if you have stock in there. I mean, my account, or the account I'm on here, I don't really plan this one, but this one is a very old account. So I had some stock left in the hangar, and I figured, hey, why not? Free money is free money. I'll sell it just to get rid of it and take advantage of the double money bonus. So even if you don't fully stock up and you don't go for the $8 million sale, at least sell what you have now, because there's double money on the hangar. So at least get that money while you can. But yeah, this new business is actually pretty decent now. And especially this week, the double money, whether it's 5 mil if you're just going for an invite only sale, or if you are going for that $8 million sale, it's a lot of money you can make. So anyway, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Let us know how many of you guys are planning on going for that $8 million sale. I mean, honestly, you might be a little crazy doing that. Number one, because of the griefers and the potential of losing everything. And then number two, some of these sell missions are very annoying. So good luck to whoever's doing that. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.